I will say this. It feels great to be the president. I'm democratic, politically, however you want to do it, man. It's beautiful. And like I said, man, so things as far as fan base is concerned, upset, man. You gotta regroup your Bitcoin. It's, I didn't know it was $1 per Bitcoin, man. I thought it was like 50 million and a couple trillion, gazillion dollars worth of that stuff, man. Oh, and another thing too, as far as credits and all of that, it's like you want the world to work extremely harder than what you actually giving them. Because you don't understand that I'm looking at your iris is like basic. The amount being pushed in is not so basic though. So the taxation on that is solely up to you. So don't get mad at me that I do things appropriated towards the economy. From the looks of things, your GDP growth is not. You gave loans to businesses at what percentage rate? Don't be mad at me, man. It just can't be, man. This is what I advise you to do if I was the one, like I said. Should I salute the Kelly Clarksons? Salute the man. Give me a smile every time I see it. She can sing a little bit too, a little bit, just a little bit. Let's see here. Oh man, Kelly's in NYC. Salute to that, man. Like I said, I wish I could get my own little situation going with that, but it seems as if I got a whole industry. That's right. Enterprise. That's the name of it. Enterprise Industry CEO, President. You know that type of stuff. You basically want someone to do something over, and you can't force it that way because this is impossible. The person didn't know they did it until those numbers was added. But to try to go in from your base and your standpoint to change that, it only made more chaos. And not for me, but for yourself. Because now you got to answer to the taxation of all of the things that you've given out. Don't look this way. Because I didn't gave. Way more than enough, considering that though the time and you know, I'm tallying all of that up eventually. So get Boop here and Blinken here and them. Sorry, Fox News. Blinken hearing Democrats rush to defend Biden deadly Afghanistan withdrawal. Nah. See, what the thing is he need those troops because more and more people are, like I said, jumping on to the unemployment status because they not paying them people enough as unemployment is, and the taxation that you're implementing, they can't afford. Especially considering as though the inflation of prices have went up. I told you about that. You have done some things in spite of me telling you not to. And to be honest with you, it was expected because the people were still waiting on the fourth stimulus and reoccurring stimulus, but you took that money and created this, what you call it, paid leave, free healthcare, and what else did they add to that? What is it? The child tax credit. Don't blame me for none of that. Because when I said do the child tax credit, it was to all students. You went to all employed taxpayers. I just say all students. Okay, on up to college. Every school. That way, I said, man, because you already got all of the information on the people with the population. Now is what you're gonna do with the population, other than what you've done in the past. Joe, you have 40 years, man. This the newcomer sweeping the what do you call it? A Moon Nation, man. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. A Moon Nation. Like I said, I never imagined moments like this, but somehow, some way, something has made it all possible, and I'm grateful for it. House Democrats propose raising capital gains tax to 28.8%. Listen, man, I already told you already. You bring your inflation down. You don't tax as long as this pandemic is hitting. You save the revenue from the revenue that's coming in. Continue doing whatever it is that you thought you was doing, so I can get back to business, man. Right now, you just interfering with the Moon Network, man. And when you do that, it puts a tighter squeeze on the possibilities that you're trying to do. I'm not trying to do that. I am trying to give equal opportunity where humans seek possible. Now, if you can't do that, Joe, after 40 years, I don't understand why. I'm sorry, do not understand why not. Because you in the middle of a pandemic. People are buying the masks, but you gotta spend a little bit of cash to make them. Like I said, man, everybody gotta get paid around here, man. And to be selfish and wanting to put all your money into these power plants and so-called energy, which is free, you have to recirculate funding. Or, like I said, man, you keep playing around. Keep it up. Just keep it up. Let's see, school closures. Because you fiddling with that bread when I told you to save it. I told you to save it. Keep them schools closed. Because when you get to thinking about it, it'd be cheaper to pay them to stay home. You gotta keep the light, you gotta keep the insurance, you gotta keep all of that running. And if your business ain't booming, you are in trouble. That's why you want to go up 28.8% on the tax. They can't afford that. You'll put them out of business, like you're doing with the schools. Now, I was trying to keep them open to the point where it would be a grand finale of what you do. You took the funding that was necessarily needed, put your little barriers in place, but those didn't sustain what was needed, which is more space for the students, because your population is losing its, its guidance due to the coronavirus killing the parents. Think about that. See, it's like kid gotta go to school, but parents died of Corona-19. Texas judge issues injunction against anti-abortion group on enforcing new laws. Listen, state, I don't know if you understand that. You have the powers, but you have to get it from the federal government. And until the federal government okays those powers, just going off of what you thought could happen, it's not my problem. What my problem lays is the things that you think suitable under your brain is made up. Like this Capitol fence. You should have guards in play, armored guards. People should be able to go into public establishments with the mask. But you closed it all down because you thought it was an affordable, way to combat me. I look forward to more of it. Because the more you do it, the more it costs. And you don't see it because you got the machine that'll just reproduce. But what's the reproducing if you can't save enough to sustain? Capitol fence to return in advance of September 18th. I don't know, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. The California governor, all of them up for grabs. Till 2022. And this is just a pre-sequel to the events that take place. Yeah, I know you trying to throw all of these events over there, make it seem as if COVID never existed. The majority of the population that you need to sustain future businesses are dying. Because you don't want to pay them, the businesses, the incentive that it's going to take to keep the workers in place. Is that's going to cost you too. Like I said, you got to, how you say it, insure your workers. What happened go elsewhere? Upstate New York hospital to halt baby deliveries. Like I said, what you going to have it in the tub? If you going, like I said, shut that down. What's next? That's what I said. You want decreased population, but you don't have enough parents for the children, so you sent them to school because out of the millions and millions and millions of COVID deaths, I'm pretty sure about 75% of them was adults. What you call it? What your husband man say? Pick up the pieces. You gotta pick up them pieces, man. And gather it up, because if I was in there, that's what the first thing I would have did. Because I can't see a normality after losing so much people. But for some strange reason, this new world leadership thinks that everything's gonna be okay after losing that much people. I'm sorry, that many people in such a short period of time. Melania Trump likes Marie Antoinette, says former aide. I said, man, I'm not really interested in all of that. Other than, is Little Hands running again? Because if so, I'll look forward to that too. Is America voting for these individuals? Allegedly. I just beg to differ when it comes to the voting tolls and the dilemma within the brain. Because it is a dilemma, considering that though you may be under, what do they call it, COVID strain, and don't know it. So all of these gatherings, and things of that nature is, they say it's okay, but I think differently. I think that it's more or less these super spreader events that's being taken place. Because, like you said, it lives on the surface. You don't have a tester 24/7 to check yourself. You just don't. You be somewhere around someone, and they don't know they done caught it from someone. 1 million Afghanistan children die. See, in most perilous hour, UN warns of the Delta variant. Listen, man. Like I said, attacking individuals because of whatever. They're not sending them vaccines because I guess you're at war with them or something. I don't know, man. You said vaccines are working. Use them if you got enough. I beg to differ. Because, like I said, you're getting a shot every day or so. While others only have one. More islands designation added to CDC's very high COVID-19 travel risk list. When I said to minimize your travels, you just didn't listen. The CDC said you can take off your mask if you're fully vaccinated. I said, if you're around someone, protect yourself at all times. Because I can't blame you for not knowing if you caught it from somebody else. Or from the surface, from somebody else. But America has this, I guess, sliding Joe Biden, and all of a sudden, hooray, it's over. Good luck with that. And the best of feelings, peace. I gotta go.